thanks for joining today. So if you have seen any of my videos, you will notice that there's something a little bit different today. And that is my oils are clearly not melted. Why? Because I'm going to try the heat transfer method today. If I'm being honest, I'm trying the heat transfer method because I didn't have time to prep. It's Christmas Eve, my kids are napping, and I am just trying to get this done before they wake up and we have places to be. So if you don't know what heat transfer method is, it's where instead of melting my oils and butters and then putting my lye water together and letting it cool, I'm going to take this super hot lye water and use it to melt my hard butters and oil. I've never done this before, so we're going to give it a shot. I'm also trying a new recipe. I've been trying to find a recipe that I like to use as my base recipe for most bars, like 90% of them, and just change up a few ingredients for special ones. And I just don't feel like I've gotten there yet. So this is a new one. It's got 8 butters and oils in it. So that should be fun. I'm also going to be trying out a sculpted layer today. I seem to really like to punish myself and try multiple new things in one go instead of doing, like one new thing at a time. But, it is what it is. I was going to originally just do the sculpted layer on the new recipe, but stuff happens. So I'm gonna pour this in there, and then I'm just gonna sit here and let this melt. So it's gonna require a lot of stirring and a lot of getting this to go. So I'm gonna sit here and stir this for a very long time, and I'll bring you back in a minute when it's all melted. All right, now that all of my hard butters and oils are melted, I'm going to go ahead and add in my soft oils. So normally I put my sodium lactate in my lye water, but since I was pouring it in here hot, I did put my Tussa silk in there since it needs to dissolve. But I put my sodium lactate in here as well as my kaolin clay and my buttermilk powder. That is another one that I am kind of playing around with. I've been playing around with different milks to try and figure out. I have coconut, I have buttermilk, I have goat's milk. So I've been trying to figure out kind of where I stand on which one I want. So today, I'm trying out this one. We'll see how it goes. I'm kind of trying to find a base recipe that I'll use for the majority of my bars, instead of always having, having that solid base recipe that is what I always use. And then obviously mix it up every now and then and do some different ingredients. So like I stated earlier, I'm going to try out something new, and I'm going to try a sculpted layer today, which means I'm going to need this to be rather fluid, so I have time to play around with that first layer before having to move on to the second. So I'm just going to whisk these together. Everything is fairly blended, at least for the most part, from the hard butters and oils, since I had to stir them so much to mix them and get them melted. So I'm just needing to incorporate my softer oils. I think these look pretty well incorporated. Don't really see any separation of any oils. So I think I'm going to go ahead and move along. Today's fragrance, I'm actually doing a bit of a custom blend. I'm calling it Merrytime Mimosa. So I have this cranberry and citrus peel from Aztec and champagne from Crafter's Choice, which is Wholesale Supplies Plus. And I was sitting there, and I've had this cranberry and citrus peel sitting around for a while. I was like, what do I do with it? And then I had this champagne from a custom bridal favorite, and I was like, mimosas, all right. Cranberry makes it kind of, I don't know, that festive feel. So both of these state they have no vanilla in them, but I've got to admit I'm a little concerned because look how dark that cranberry citrus peel is. So I'm just gonna pray that it doesn't discolor. Gotta admit, I'm rather nervous about it discoloring and ruining the pretty color plans I have. But so the cranberry and citrus peel from Aztec has notes of orange, lemon peel, cranberry, green, wood, spice, and vanilla musk. And it is very, very, well, cranberry and citrus smell. And then that champagne just adds such a kind of sweet, bubbly, I don't know, fun note. I'm really, really liking the two of these together. Get that mixed in before I split it off. I'll do one color in this. Start with that. So for my first color, I'm going to do the orange, which I'm using orange yellow from Mad Micas. And by Mad Micas, I mean mica and more. Sorry, my other colorant is from Mad Micas and I was staring at it while I was speaking. Let me do this justice. Micas and more. I've never used this one before, so I'm excited to see color-wise how it goes. I actually received this one from Stephanie as a freebie, which was super sweet of her, so shout out for that. So I'm trying to do a combination of like this orange and then this cranberry-ish color. I'm going to sculpt it out with this, try and create layers and see how it goes. So I'm going to give this a blend real quick. Get that mica in there. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and pour this. I really want a new stick blender. Mine is so stinking loud. It's really obnoxious. I'm going to use this one obviously until it dies. But man, I can't wait to get a new one. So I'm going to pour this on a slant because my hope is to have kind of diagonals on this. So pour it planted in hopes to kind of achieve that. And I have never done sculpted layers. I am in a brand new field here and hoping it works out. Oh, and there we go, on the table. I didn't know it was going to happen at some point. Oh, went down the side of the mold. Oh my goodness. Wow. Straight up fail. Okay. Well, I'm going to clean that up. And I have to let this set up anyways for a little while before I can try and sculpt it. So I will bring you back when that is ready. Son of a gun. I'm gonna go ahead and try and drag this through, see if it's ready. I don't know if I am ready for the mess this is going to make. Definitely is working. My cardboard was breaking. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Well, not quite going. There. Son of a gun. To reinforce. Reinforce behind. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, that's not working. Just take some of this out. And then I'll re-scrape it to kind of help re-establish that shape that we should have going on there. Smooth that a little. And we're gonna just throw that into the mold and use those kind of as samples of fragrance oil for the fragrance. So I've seen this done and I knew it was going to be messy, but I just wasn't quite prepared, I guess, for how messy. So I swear I'm like the world's messiest soaper. So I guess it doesn't matter. I wanted this side taller, to shape a little more. See if we can't move that up a little. Destroying everything I had. That's okay though. You guys already shape it. Just wanting this up a little higher than what I'm giving it right now. Let's drag this through. Try again. That's a little better. It's gonna take a lot of cleaning this mold though. That's for sure. I think I'm gonna need a new pair of gloves. So maybe this isn't my best go. I think I'm most certainly going to have to try this again. I'm gonna clean this up a little. Hopefully bring me back to a successful sculpted layer. Thinking that's about as good as we're gonna get there. So next, I want to do, this isn't gonna work, is it? I was wanting to do like a mica line. I thought I'd use my handy dandy little sprayer that I've never used before, but it doesn't seem to be working too well. So this is why I should probably test things out first. So I'm gonna do like this Gold Coast holiday, and to be honest, it's just off Amazon. So I can't say I really remember company or anything.
My Christmas chanty.
What, baby? Yeah, she's daughter's awake from her nap, if you can't tell.
Christmas tree.
Your Christmas tree is still over there, baby. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you got my box Christmas tree.
Oh, I'm using your box, yeah.
You got my box Christmas tree.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's really okay, baby. So that hopefully will hold. Is anything going to look pretty today? Is the question of the day. Okay. Hopefully that will create a noticeable mica line. I've never done a mica line. So now I'm going to mix up the purple. I've already put a little bit of the color in there. I've already mentioned this, but it's Flash Dance from Mad Micas. It's like this beautiful pink purple color. I'm going to mix this. I was kind of afraid this was going to happen. The kids were going to wake up before I was done with. So it's like, didn't have time to prep, so let's do the heat transfer. But man, it takes forever to melt your oils that way. So it's going to get done before the kids wake up. And the answer is no. No, it did not. That's okay. My house smells so amazing right now. Poor baby. It smells so good. I'm loving this fragrance combination. I think it's perfect. So I'm going to go ahead. Amelia, please get down. I'm going to try and pour this very gently over. Hopefully not mess too much up. So again, I didn't entirely achieve the color I was hoping for, but once again, due to the fact I am not wanting to use titanium dioxide for this one. I just really didn't want to mess with it, this soap, to be honest. So I didn't. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and give this a little tap down. Get any of those air bubbles out. Trying to decide, do I want to put some orange back on the top and play with it? It wasn't my original intention, but I'm so bad about just leaving the top plain. I think I'm going to force myself to stick to it. Just probably going to plane it a little and give it some texture. I'm even resisting putting some glitter on top. I really want to do something, but I think I'm going to make myself practice some self-control and not. So I don't have a cute little chopstick, but I do have this giant barbecue skewer, so that's what I'm going to use. It's probably not totally where it should be to do this, but for a lack of time, I'm gonna do it in it is what it is. I was supposed to have a plain top anyways. We just have got to start getting ready. We're heading to my grandma's, so the kids' great-grandma's house, to celebrate Christmas over there. So, kind of got to get this finished so everyone can start getting dressed and we can scoop. Oh, that's probably the best it's gonna get. So that is my Merrytime Mimosa. We'll bring you back when it's ready to cut, in maybe a couple days with the holidays in here. But we'll definitely bring you back when I cut it, and we'll see how I did on my sculpted layer, if it ended up being a success or not. Also my mica line. Never done that either, so we'll see if that's noticeable, especially since my handy dandy little sprayer that's supposed to help didn't work. Thanks again, and I'll see you guys soon. I hope you all have great holidays, and I can't wait to share more stuff with you. All right, so finally getting around to cutting this. I've been super anxious to cut this because I'm really curious how this inside turned out, the design as well as that mica line. So, cut this big chunk off too. Oh, okay, well, it's not entirely what I was hoping for. That's okay though, I guess. You can kind of see the mica line a little, maybe not as much as I had hoped. There's also significantly less orange than I had hoped for. Oh man, I messed that up. That is a pretty much, yeah, I mean, the goal was like half and half, but you know, there it is. It technically has some sculptedness to it. Maybe not entirely the shape I was going for, and definitely not proportion-wise what I was going for. But, I mean, it's there. And I'd say it's not too awful for my first attempt. You definitely need like a sturdier piece of cardboard next time, obviously. And I'll just use my little powder sifter next time for the mica line instead, since my sprayer thing didn't work. Or I'll figure out how to make that work, but either way, there will be some different things to do next time. It's a learning experience. You can see where it gelled. It definitely hit gel. So you can see that ring almost totally reached the outside. I mean, there's sparkle, there's mica. Not too bad. There's some shape, which is sculpted, and there's two colors. So I sort of hit what I was going for. Not exact. But I don't hate it, so. I mean, I can live with it. Also, it's not hard to like it when it smells as good as it does, because oh my goodness, does it smell good. My whole house has smelled amazing for the last couple days because of this, and I'm thrilled about it. It smells incredible. It is so good. So good. So can't really be mad about it when it smells so darn good. So that's it. That is my Merrytime Mimosa somewhat sculpted layer with kind of mica line. Thank you guys so much for watching this. If you like it, give my video a thumbs up. If you want to keep in the loop with any future videos, you can subscribe, and I hope you guys have a great day.